Hey friends, welcome back to another video. My name's Lefebvre and I have an art book obsession. I even wrote my own. It's called Watercolor Lessons and it's available in the description below. But that's not what this video is about. I have a bit of an obsession with step-by-step watercolor books, even photo reference books. I love books. So today I thought I'd take some time to share some of my favorites, as well as two new books I recently got, give you a little glimpse into them as I follow their tutorials and paint along. So let's jump in and get started. But you should go buy my book because it's great. Okay, let's get started. Okay friends, so some of these books I have shared with you in previous videos, but I just kind of want to give a rundown of some of my favorites, even till this day, and then two new ones that I recently got. So the first one, obviously, is my book. Insert shameless plug right here. I created this, was it 2 years ago? And I'm so happy and proud of how well it's done. It's kind of my labor of love, my baby. Literally made this as I was pregnant with my second. My manuscript was due when my second son was due. And so it was almost a blur creating this, but it was so much fun and something I've always wanted to do, and I'm so proud that I did it, and I'm just really happy that it came out. I will say, if you are watching between February 4th to, I believe, the 9th, it is on sale on Mango's website. I'm going to put it in the description below for US residents. It is on sale. Then I will also put the link to Amazon where you can also purchase it. But my book basically goes through all the basics of watercolor, beginning, all the supplies you need, caring for your supplies, techniques, beginner techniques that are super important to do. Then you go into different projects. So I have stuff that is like florals. I also have some plants. I also have trees. I have different landscapes. So painting water, simple projects like food, watermelon. And then I even do animals, which, if you know me, animals haven't always been my strong suit, but I really worked on these so hard to create step-by-step and doable projects that anybody can do. And then in addition to the step-by-step watercolor part, there is also tracing pages at the back, which you can use. Which you can use for all of the projects. So that's my book, but I'm not necessarily here to talk about my book. I want to show you some of my other favorites. So one book you may have seen me use a lot in the past is the Flower Color Guide. So I've used this as a reference book for so many paintings. It has, I don't know how many flowers. It goes up to 300 and... 415 pages at least of all different flowers. And if you are like me who loves to paint different florals with watercolor, this is such a great reference book on all different types, and it just gives you so many ideas. If you're stuck and you just want to paint something, paint some flowers. So you've probably seen me and a lot of other artists use this as a reference book, and I highly recommend it. I do have their other book. I think it's like Watercolor Guide Color Theory, and there's like more bouquets, but they're not necessarily my favorite. I much prefer this book, but it's absolutely awesome and I love it. Okay, another book that I absolutely love is by Harriet de Winton. It's a step-by-step watercolor book, a year of watercolor, a seasonal guide to botanical watercolor paintings, but also there's like cute little creatures and birds, and there's just so much in this book, and I love how it's seasonal. I haven't seen any other book like this, and I absolutely love Harriet. She's an incredible watercolor artist, and she just has beautiful illustrations, so much information on how to paint these. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is such a beautiful book, and I'm just such a fan of her work. So if you're looking into painting more detailed things, like look, it goes by season, late spring. If you're looking to paint more detailed work, this is such an incredible book to use. Like her animals are always so cute. Like, how cute is that? I'm obsessed. I definitely need to try. I think she recently did a video on her bird's nest too, to kind of kick off spring, which was really nice. But she just has so many beautiful illustrations that I highly recommend you check out, and check out this book specifically. She has a couple other botanical books, but I really, really love this one. The next book I absolutely love is A Field Guide to Watercolor by Lisa Solomon. I follow her on Instagram. And if you are a color nerd like me and love color mixing and playing with color and palettes, this is such an incredible book. And I just absolutely love the vibe of the whole thing. And there are exercises you can do within the book. So I did this based on her instruction, but there's all these opportunities to color mix. There's just so much color theory and information, and putting palettes together, all these kind of opportunities to really practice within the book and do these little, exercises, which are so much fun. And it's just a really great way to play with color and get to know your colors. Here, kind of figuring out ratio of colors, working on your color wheel, shades, tints, hues. There's just so much great information in this book. I really, really love it. And so if you're looking to kind of up your game with color and color mixing and just color theory in general, this is an amazing book to use. So I definitely suggest you look into this one. Another watercolor book I love is The Joy of Watercolor from Emma Block. I just love her illustrations and her style so much. I love illustrative work. I find myself gravitating towards a lot of that, even though I don't do it. I just love other people who do. And so this book is absolutely beautiful. So many cute projects. Again, a lot of information for beginners about materials. Hold on. Color mixing, use of color, undertones, wet on wet technique, everything that you need to know for a beginner. But then you get into these really simple, cute projects that are just so adorable. There's florals, there's food, and they're really simple and really laid out well and explained. So I feel like anybody could do this. Look at the little illustrations you can do. There's some people, simple leaves, simple leaves, kind of little landscapes, different objects. It's just so much fun, and it's just such a great variety of different projects that you can do. And I really, really love it. So if you're into more of that like kind of illustrative work, this is a really great book. And I also just love following her on Instagram. Like, look how cute. It just makes me like, the dogs are cute. Everything's cute. The birds, little landscapes like I was talking about, painting on location. So much fun. I love this style. So definitely check out The Joy of Watercolor from Emma Block. Okay, the last one that I already have that I love is Mastering Light in Watercolor from Colby Bloom. She is an incredible watercolor landscape artist, and I love how she captures light in all of these paintings. Painting different times of day and exploring light with watercolor is so tricky, but she explains it so well and gives so many great step-by-step instructions. And I just really love the variety of painting. So it kind of goes by like time of day almost. So painting sunlight, there's different projects based on that. Then there's also, slowly towards dusk, getting some of those more colorful skies. Like, look, I absolutely love these. And if you're really into landscapes, this is such a great book. Painting clouds is so difficult, but like, look how gorgeous that is. Golden hour, really working on light and how the light captures objects and creates shadows. So beautiful, so much fun. Absolutely love this book. So if you're really into landscapes, this is a really good one to check out. So Mastering Light in Watercolor from Colby Bloom. Okay, and so the two new books that I recently got, one is from Bianca Rosen, who I've been following on Instagram for a long time, and she just came out with her Easy Watercolor Flowers book. It's really great for beginners, very loose, very doable. So if you're looking for a beginner watercolor book on just flowers, this is a really great option. She goes through all of like the mark making and the strokes that you need to learn. And then like, I love that poppy with the layering, but then all of these kind of basic strokes to create beautiful, simple flowers. I think this is a really great introduction to kind of watercolor flowers book. They're not too detailed where they're too, you know, intimidating or anything. And it's a really fun, loose style. So if you're definitely looking for, I love this rose. Roses are so hard, but I love this rose. The depth that she's created in there is really beautiful. But if you're looking for a beginner kind of floral book, this is a really, really great option. So definitely check that out. This just came out. And then lastly, the other book I recently got is this 30-minute watercolor animals. And like I said before, animals are not my thing. I love when people paint them, but it's not my comfort zone. I always get so flustered when people want me to paint animals because I feel like, you know, grabbing those proportions of animals' faces and heads is just so difficult. But for this, she also has tracing templates at the back that you can use, which is really, really great because then if you don't want to draw it, you don't have to. But then she goes through the step-by-step of how to apply the watercolor to really get these like beautiful marks. I love this. Like, look at the little splatter on the chicken. I love her style. It's so beautiful. It makes me want to paint a chicken. It's almost like this looseness, but with the detail in the faces really makes it come alive. There's a couple that are really beautiful in here. I really like the birds. I mean, like the furry ones, like the bear, so cute. But I really love the birds. Like, look at this owl. It's absolutely stunning. Where's the one I want to do? So the one I also love, like mallard ducks. That is absolutely gorgeous. But the one I want to try today is the northern cardinal. I just love the watercolor kind of esque, you know, vibe to the wings. It's so detailed in the face, but then it just, you get this loose watercolor beauty in the wings, which I really want to try. So this is what I'm going to do for the end of this video, kind of like a time lapse. But if you're looking to paint animals, this is such a great book. And there's so much variety in here, from like little bugs and, you know, butterflies and squirrels. And she goes through how to do different marks to make, you know, the textures of feathers and spots and stripes and all that stuff. And then also the basic techniques as well. So I am going to attempt this cardinal, and then that's about it. All right, and there we go. I think the only thing is that this illustration specifically is a little bit on the smaller side, so it was a little bit harder to do some of those details, but I really love the blooms that are encouraged to create this kind of beautiful watercolor look, and it's so much fun. And honestly, like, once you have that little sketch down, it's so easy to do. And her techniques of just creating the feathers and stuff like that is a lot of fun. So if you're into painting animals, I definitely suggest you check this out. And that was a lot of fun. So that's about it. Those are the books that I have been really enjoying, and a couple new ones. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will try and get all the links to the books, or at least the titles, in the description below. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on all my other platforms for tons more content. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.